Hi everyone, I'm currently building an event planning app using Rust without relying on any UI framework. This week, we will focus on designing and building the UI for the event creation flow. The goal for this design is to be functional. It's not going to have the most beautiful UI, but that's not the focus right now. So I started by checking out Eventbrite and other ticket setting apps to study the UX and get some inspiration. Then I made a Figma account, which is when I realized that designing UX is not my strong suit. I managed to design a few pages, but honestly, I wasn't happy with the result. That's when I discovered another design tool called Visyli. Instead of starting out from a blank page, I could start with a customizable template. The tool made it super easy to tweak colors and theme, so I decided to ditch Figma and focus on Visyli instead. So here is the final result. The page consists of a form with three main sections. First, there is the general details section where user can input basic information like the event name and description. Next, there is a section for specifying the location and time. Finally, there is a section dedicated to customizing tickets type, allowing for different tickets category at varying price point. At the bottom of the form, I have included option to save the event as draft, publish it, or cancel the creation entirely. Now let's talk about the system architecture. First, I needed a backend endpoint to handle saving the event. Since an event can have images, I also set up a storage bucket for image upload. Additionally, I created a new database table specifically for storing event with a foreign key linking to the organizer table. This is a pretty standard setup for any CRUD application. However, this was my first time working with this technology, so I encountered a few unexpected challenges along the way. One particularly frustrating issue when doing server-side rendering is how aggressively browser cache static file. While this is great for performance, it became a headache when I would update my JavaScript file but would not see the change reflected after recompiling the app. Luckily, this can easily be fixed by refreshing the cache or just disabling caching in the browser DevTools. The second challenge I faced was with Tailwind. Since Tailwind purged all unused styles and only sent minimal CSS to the browser, I ran into an issue when trying to make CSS change directly in the browser developer tool. Experimenting with tailing classes this way didn't work, and it took me a few minutes to figure out why. I'm pretty sure there is a way to adjust this in the Tailwind config file, but I haven't gotten around to be looking it up yet. Finally, the issue that took me the most amount of time came when implementing the save as draft action. So I've been using HTMX for all of my HTTP requests, and it's been great so far. My goal was to have both a save button and a publish button on the same page, with each button sending the payload to a different endpoint. Using HTMX trigger, I was able to set this up pretty easily. However, I soon realized that the payload being sent to the send as draft endpoint was missing the event cover image, even though it was present in the publish request. This inconsistency really threw me off. After about an hour of searching, I discovered that the issue was with the content type of the request. For AccessWeb to automatically bind the data, the content type of the Multipart form data needs to be accurate. However, HTMX only sets the correct content type on the endpoint assigned to the form element. The button trigger endpoint wasn't configured properly. I tried several ways to override the content type of the request, but I could not find an elegant solution, so I decided to adjust the UI instead. Now there is only a next button which saves the event and show a preview before the organizer can publish it. I wasn't able to implement all the sections of the UX this week, but I feel like I made some good progress. I will continue to work on it and hopefully everything will come together smoothly by next week. You can check out this video to see how to set up server-side rendering with Figma and HTMX. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.